Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke extensively about humility, and we quote him extensively in our humility workshop, and I'm going to quote him now because I just want you to get a little taste of how he spoke about humility. It's very powerful, it's very purifying, and if you don't know, we're going to have a humility workshop the last 2 weekends of June. I would love if you could come. I think it's going to really help you. I think you really appreciate it, and I think you'll learn a lot of things about humility maybe you've never considered. The best of all persons deems himself to be less than others. Such is the great dictum. One who serves Lord Hari counts himself as the least of all entities. One is lifted to the highest order of Vaisnavas when one can feel himself the least of all. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Of course, in the material world, nobody wants to feel the least of all. And if that thought comes that I'm the least of all, materially speaking, it's a very depressing thought. So it's no one's ambition. So naturally, when we become devotees, we bring the ambition to not be the least of all, but to be something of all, maybe the best of all, or in the top 10. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is saying that this feeling that I am the least of all, that is the feeling of a pure devotee. And so you can kind of monitor yourself, like when you ever like boast about yourself? You have to tell people what you did and what you're doing, what you're going to do. And it's not the nature of a Vaishnava. I chanted 64 rounds today. I call up everyone. I send a message to everyone. I chanted 64. Sometimes we do that because we want to inspire devotees. Or we'll tell our friends just because it's nice to share. But have you ever shared something just because you're looking for some positive, not spiritually positive, but ego positive reinforcement, ego gratification? It doesn't happen for a pure devotee. And when a pure devotee, or not when, because a pure devotee feels himself so small, the least of all, what is meant by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is that the pure devotee feels that everyone is better than them. Of course, we can't understand. We can understand intellectually, but even that is difficult to understand. But when you feel everyone is better than you, do you criticize anyone or do you appreciate everyone? It's obvious. And so when I don't feel the least of all, then I'm in this perfect position to criticize, because if I'm not the least of all, that means I'm better than some. And if I'm better than some, they deserve some sharp words from my tongue to put them in place and let them know who I am and what I think about them. That is not symptomatic of a Vaishnava. So we may disagree with what devotees do, we may disagree with what ISKCON does, but at the same time, if we have this bhav, this emotion of who am I? I'm not even a devotee. Wow, that's pretty heavy realization. So who am I to condemn others? I may be upset about what's going on, or upset of certain trends within ISKCON, but at the same time, I never think that I'm special or I'm better, and therefore I don't have the need to condemn any individual, although we may discuss generally practices that may not be in line with what Prabhupada wanted. But the humble devotee is always feeling like, I am no one special. Feeling special, yes, I feel special because I have my guru, I have Prabhupada. That's very special. But I'm not uniquely special. Especially, I'm not uniquely better. If anything, I'm uniquely worse. And so if we can see everyone, maybe we can't see everyone as better, but at least we can appreciate what's better in them than what we have. And everybody has qualities and abilities which are better than ours. And at least if we can see and appreciate that, that'll put us in a very good position to execute devotional service.